What's up, guys? Jason here from the Table Monkeys, and today I just want to update you guys on my training, show you the basic program that I've been doing in the gym on my main lifting day. Now that gyms are open again in Ontario, I want to update you guys on what my plan is going to be for the next few months, what I've been doing, what I'm changing, why I'm changing, and all that kind of stuff, and try to keep it brief. So let's start with what I've been doing. Up until my match with Zach, I was doing our previous main Table Monkeys training program, which is one pulling session a week and then the rest of the time spent in the gym. After my match with Zach, I basically tried to focus on pulling 3 times a week. I wasn't able to get 3 sessions a week consistently every single week, but I did get a number of weeks where I got 3 sessions. And the weeks that I didn't get 3, I would get 2. And the main focus for that was similar to how Devin's been training, where he's training at a high level of frequency, a high level of volume, but the intensity isn't so high. So that kind of got thrown off a little bit too, because as you guys have probably seen, we were able to practice with Devin a couple times over the last few weeks. So obviously when I practice with Devin, my intensity level goes to like a fucking 11. So that kind of throws it off too. I need an extra rest day. So those weeks I was really only pulling twice in the week. And the other part is that it's been hard to get the 3 practices consistently just with the right guys, making sure that I have it every week the same day. But I have been able really consistently to get 2 days. So Saturday, our normal Table Monkeys practice day, and then Wednesdays, I'm always able pretty much now to find another good group of guys to pull with. So I've kind of rewritten the once a week program that we came up with and tried to figure out what would make the most sense to be able to progress some of the strengths that I want to progress while still being able to pull twice a week without getting too beat up. So basically we'll go through the week layout real quick, and then I'll explain the lifts that I'm doing this week and what the exact program is for the one lifting day that I do have in the gym. Okay, so here you can see the program up on the screen, and basically it's the same as the original one, where what we do is we pick the first day of the week as our main pulling session. So my main pulling session is Saturdays with the Table Monkeys crew at HQ. So Saturdays is day 1 for my week, which means Sunday is a recovery day. It's basically the same recovery session that we showed before. I really love that. It's all just antagonist work. So you're working all the opposite directions of what you do when you're pulling, and doing it at a light weight to just grease the groove, get blood flow, and balance out all the strengths that you're using in arm wrestling. So that's the recovery day. All the recovery days that you can see throughout the week, they're all the same. And then so it goes first pulling day, recovery day, then day 3 is the main lifting day, and that's what we're going to go over in this video today. And then I do another recovery day, then my second pulling session. Intensity is not as high on the second pulling session as it will be for the first pulling session of the week. Then I get one more recovery day, and then it's a rest day at the end of the week, and then we repeat the process. So the plan is to keep going with this program for the next probably 3 months. We'll see what my next big match is, when it is, and then that'll kind of dictate how I peak and when I peak. But I think this is going to work well probably for a while. We'll see how my lifts progress. If they progress quick enough and well enough, then I'm definitely going to continue this layout until it sort of doesn't work anymore. So let's talk about that lifting day real quick, okay? So throwing the diagram up, what we're going to go over. The way I break it down is real simply. There's 3 supersets, or like 3 circuits, and the circuits are starting with a hand exercise, then a push exercise, then a pull exercise, and I do 3 rounds of each circuit. So circuit 1, 3 rounds, circuit 2, 3 rounds, circuit 3 rounds, and the day is done. So let's start with circuit 1. All right, guys, so this first exercise here is the hand exercise for this superset, and it's working the rise. So another thing I like to do is, I heard this from Devin, is like you kind of follow the direction that the match goes. So you always start your matches with posting and rising pretty much. So that's why I like using this exercise first. And I do it with a band so that I get this kind of, the tension on a band when the weight is bouncing like this, you can see it bouncing there, really gives you this feeling of someone attacking your hand. So it's just a good way to train your hand when you can. All right, next we're moving on to the overhead press. So this is the push movement of this superset. Overhead press with a football bar. So it's like my hands are square with my shoulder as if I'm in a pronated, like posting position. So again, more similar to arm wrestling. I find I like it, and Larry Wheels does this lift a lot, so fuck it, I want to try it and get good at it. Yeah, top set ends up, like, the weight's not too heavy yet, but this lift I should be able to progress hopefully pretty quickly. Every time you change the angle of an overhead press, it changes the lift enough that you got to get used to it. So and then the final movement for this superset, the pull movement, is going to be a lat pull down, and I try to lean a little bit back so I get a little bit of that drag motion or angle that you would get on the table. And I also try to make sure that I don't let my elbows fully extend. I try to keep that like locked position in my elbow, and I'm using some bicep to do that. And then I'm always trying to drag with the pinky connection on this handle, which these mag handles that we have at Fortis are awesome. And then the first hand exercise of the next superset is the Millennial Dumbbell. So we're lucky enough to have this loadable one at Fortis. It starts off right now at 50 kilos, so it's about half what it's supposed to be. And a few weeks ago, I told Devin, hey, you know what? We got this Millennial Dumbbell here. I'm going to lift it up at full weight one day. And he kind of laughed at me. And so now the journey continues or starts, I guess. And based on how it feels, I think it's going to take me about a year before I can lift the proper weight. But here, my top set, I just end up doing a set of 8 with an 8-second hold. So last week I did 3 sets of 6. This week I'll do 3 sets of 8. Next week I'll do 3 sets of 10. And then the week after that, I'll test it and we'll see how heavy I can go. And we'll call that kind of my starting point. All right, so that was the first hand exercise of the second superset. This will be the first, or second push exercise of the workout in our second superset. So we're going to do a bench press. I really want to progress my bench press again. It's been a long time since I did bench press. I was right around just around 400-pound bench press when I started arm wrestling, and I definitely couldn't do that now just because of being out of the groove and elbows and all that kind of stuff. So I want to start progressing it again and see where I can get it to over the next few months. Ended with 245 for 12. This is pretty easy. I wasn't pushing myself too hard again, just trying to find the groove. I noticed I bench press a lot closer grip now. It feels a lot better on the elbows. So if you're a newer puller, try that when you bench press. Try a little closer grip, see how that feels. All right, and now on to the second pulling exercise, which is going to be a seated row. One of the things I do with this exercise, I try to lean forward a little bit. I try not to lean back and use too much of my shoulders and traps. Try to lean forward and get a little bit more of the lat drag into it. And again, with these mag handles, I'm really focusing on the bottom 2 fingers, my pinky and my ring finger, as the connection point to the handle and where I'm trying to apply all the force. And then we're back to the hand exercise for the third superset now. And again, I'm using the band, and this time we're going over pronation. And with this band, again, you can see the way the weight is bouncing. It really just feels, every time it bounces down, you feel like someone attacking you. And then as it comes up, you kind of feel that gap in pressure, so you can kind of start to regain some hand position. And that's one of the reasons I really like the band. It just feels like an actual person sort of attacking your hand. And this is one of my all-time favorite just tricep building exercises. It's called the tricep pullover. Arnold used to love these, and I do too. So again, want to work the weight up to these. I used to be able to do them with like 140 for 10, but just haven't done the actual movement in a long time. So I was doing 125s earlier in this day, and it just felt a little heavy. It was like 6 reps and too much strain. So 105 for 12 is what I did for sets, and felt good. And yeah, hopefully I can progress that one relatively quickly as well. And then the last pulling exercise for the day is going to be a seated curl. Again, this is one I really want to progress. So I do it at the end of the workout just because of the way I've laid out the rest of the workout. I think it makes sense in how much arm wrestling I'm doing. I don't really have that much stamina to go that hard on this exercise, but I feel like working the groove and learning the movement, once I get it rested, I'll be able to get up some good weight. All right, guys, so that's the day. That's how I've laid it out for myself. And like we've said in the other video before, and the main point that we like to point out about setting up training is that it's all about auto-regulating and figuring out what it is you want. It's about your goals, your weaknesses, your strengths, what you need to work on. The main thing I think that I would keep, regardless of what your goals are, as long as they are arm wrestling, is the hand push-pull. I think that makes the most sense, starting with the hand movement. The layout of the day I really like. I think that that's very versatile. You could switch it up with a lot of different exercises. I probably will switch up the exercises over the course of the next few months. Aside from the OHP, the bench press, and the curl, I'll keep probably all three of those, but I'm probably going to switch up the other ones at some point, just because it'll depend who my opponent is, what the tournament is, where I'm lacking on the table as I start to get stronger, all that kind of stuff. So yeah, that's the video, that's the program. Like the video, smash the bell, subscribe, do all those things, ask us some questions, let us know what you guys do for training, let us know if you've tried the other training program, all that kind of stuff. Interact, we'll try to interact back. See you guys next time, and monkeys out. Peace.